Hello and welcome to my unboxing and review of the My 11X. Now this is one flagship phone that is available at mid-range prices since April of 2021 or May of 2021. And now after about 2 months, I was able to get a really good deal on it on the Amazon Prime Day sale. They had a 5,000 rupees exchange on old phones, added bonus, as well as a 2,000 rupees regular discount on the phone. Plus, they had an HDFC bank card discount of 1,250. So exchanged an old Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus, about 4-year-old phone, 3.5-year-old phone. It actually had a small black spot on the screen, and I was thinking that the exchange would be rejected, but no, I was lucky with Amazon this time, and they gave me 10,600 rupees for that phone, which regular exchange is about 4,500 on Amazon and Flipkart for that phone. So I got lucky with that kind of exchange. So net I got the My 11X at 16,200 rupees, exchanging a 4-year-old phone and using my HDFC bank card. That is an awesome deal, and I'm really kicked about that. So now let us begin the unboxing and review. So I just cut open the box yesterday, so I'm going to start from there. It comes in an Amazon cardboard box, of course, and then as you cut that open, you see the real packaging of the My 11X. Now that is an awesome looking package. Now this is a real flagship. This phone launched at 30,000 rupees. So the variant I've got is a 6GB 128 memory variant, and this variant was launched at 30,000 rupees, and during the Amazon Prime Day sale it came at 28,000. So it is, if you compare the phones in this price range, you typically get mid-range phones which have the Snapdragon 7 series of chips, or maybe some of the earlier Snapdragon 8 series like 860, or you get MediaTek Dimensity 1200. But this phone has Snapdragon 870, which in the OnePlus is priced at least 10,000 more on the OnePlus 9R. So it is a great price value equation. So I'm going to break open this particular box now and go in and unbox this My 11X. Boom. Black box, really nice construction. And if I remove this, I get on this upper folder, I get a SIM card remover right here, SIM card ejector. Wow, I do get USB-C type to, I've seen in the reviews, yeah, there it is, a USB-C type to a normal headphone connector. This is going to be very useful for me when I'm trying to use my old Bose headphones, because that doesn't have a USB-C, but the headphones work so well, and I'd like to continue using those. And of course it does also come, as my phones do, with a case. Now this case is not really all that great. You know, you can see it is a little light, and I could use it for a week or so until I get a really good case for the My 11X, and then it comes with some product information. Now My is pretty innovative company. I mean, in the beginning they were just about copying various great brands like Apple and so on, or Samsung, and now they've started establishing their own kind of identity, but not quite, right? Like OnePlus, for example, has the red peripheral accessory cables. Now this connector could have actually been a My color. They could have actually established a My color, like a green or a dark blue or something, and then use that color for all the peripherals. Now actually I'm going to show you, this is going to look odd with headphones that are not white in color, and even the front of the phone is typically black when it's switched off. It's going to look kind of weird, but well, they did provide it, so I'd be thankful for that. And then let's go to the phone. Here it comes, the My 11X. Wow. Now this phone is, let me unwrap that. There you go, the My 11X. It is a longish phone actually. I mean, it's a 6.67-inch display, so obviously it is not very broad. It's more long than broad, so they get a longer dimension this way along the diagonal, and can boast of a bigger screen size. But it fits nicely in my hand. I have large hands, and it fit quite well, right? I actually could have used a slightly wider phone, I think, because when watching movies and things, that is what makes it really good. Now look at the back. This is the thing that really attracted me. I saw a friend's My 11X, and the back is just awesome. The back is just awesome. It is a matte finish. It's a silver finish. Actually, it's bluish silver, and some angles it looks purple. It's got all kinds of color hues, as you can probably see. A big camera area, and then a sticker, of course, about regulatory information, so which I'm going to remove. And now we've got the full My 11X 5G front and back look. Take a look at the sides of this phone. At the bottom, you've got the USB-C charging port as well as headphone port. You've got a set of speakers, a microphone, a SIM tray, and the SIM tray actually is not like the typical SIM trays that we see on various kinds of phones. I'm just going to eject that and show it to you for a minute to tell you how that looks. Right, the SIM tray actually is a very tiny kind of SIM tray, and this is very innovative thing for My to do, just like Apple has been doing these things. You know, just create a SIM tray that only looks like a place for one SIM card, but in reality it is actually you can actually put in two SIM cards on the two sides of this little SIM area. So this is SIM 1, so it goes this way, and then SIM 2 goes on the other side, and it just goes the other way in there, so that the connectors are exposed on both the sides. And there you go, voila, you can have two SIMs, but you can't have a micro SD expansion slot, which is a bit of a problem with this particular phone, because it's got only 128 GB capacity. It's okay with me, but for people who do a lot of photography and so on, it could be a problem. But now here you see here's the on-off button, the volume rocker. I think we saw in a couple of the other reviews that the on-off button is a bit shaky. It maybe is a little bit, but not so much that it's bothering me. It's still a very nice finish. Plastic sides, but glass on both the back and front. That's fantastic. And then the top, it's got additional stereo speaker and microphone, and of course a very tiny punch hole for the camera, which is fabulous construction. Overall, I would say the quality of the build and construction of this phone is just awesome, superb. Just can't complain about it. It looks as much sophisticated as any other high-end phone, like iPhone Pro or Samsung S21, etc. Maybe they could have used a full metal body on the phone, but other than that, which is hard to make out, it's not metal. But other than that, it's a fantastic finish. The font and the lettering are very clear, very crystalline and sharp. Even the 48 MP triple rear camera is fantastic. Now let's switch the phone on. It's got a fingerprint sensor on the side. I've just set up the phone now and coming back to the review. So all you got to do is just press it, and there you go. It just recognizes the touch immediately, and what you get then is a beautiful display, 6.67 inches edge to edge. Fantastic display. It is so soft on the eyes, even if with a brightness of more than half that I have right now. In normal room lighting conditions, it doesn't glare. It doesn't actually sort of provide any kind of reflected light unless you try very hard to reflect a light from a tube light or something. In normal viewing, it is not at all reflective, so that is fantastic. Very nice, crisp, small fonts for the various things. You can barely see how much charge the phone has. It says 23%, but the font of that is so tiny that you can't quite read it, but it shows the full HD nature of the display, that it's able to display such small characters. And if I had better eyesight, I can still see that, right? So that's fantastic on the OnePlus. And of course, the scrolling is really smooth. It's got a number of built-in screensavers. So this one is kind of the mountainous kind of screensaver. And there are several other types of screensavers you can choose. It's got the MyUI. I upgraded to 12.5 as I was setting up the phone, and it seems to work okay. It's a bit hard for people not used to MyUI. This is my first phone. You gotta move around a bit to find out the specific settings you want and so on. But overall, the scrolling is superb on this phone. Very smooth, 120 Hz refresh rate on the display, and touch sampling rate, which is very, very high as well. So you get a really smooth experience on this phone. Look at the bezels. The bezels are so tiny that you can barely see that the chin is there. The chin is really, really small, and the screen to body ratio is 92+%, which is fantastic for a phone like this. Now, I am really, really happy with this phone. It comes with a pre-applied screen protector, not exactly applied. So if you see the punch hole camera, the screen protector is just a bit bigger hole than the actual hole, and it's not stuck exactly symmetrically, but who cares? Only if you look really, really hard, you can see such things. But overall, beautiful, beautiful phone. I'm really enjoying this phone. I watched a couple of videos. If you look at Netflix, for example, it is superb clarity, right? As you play a video, for example, look at that clarity. It is so crisp and sharp. The colors are so well saturated. The darks are really, really good. The lights are good, and it's not a strain on the eyes at all. I watched at night as well, and it's really smooth and easy on the eyes. So fantastic. And if you look at the volume, I can take it up.
Baby, don't be rude to your beautiful cousin. Not that beautiful.
Sorry, are you a model?
Oh, thank you so much. No, I'm a biologist. I could never be a model. I'm too curvy.
It's got stereo speakers that are quite loud, and if you're watching some videos or a movie on this phone, the display is incredible and the sound is just right. It's not shrill, yet at the same time it's loud enough, and you can control the volume over a really nice range. So fantastic display there. Cameras is something that I do in the next review. I got to take a few pictures and show you. I did take a quick picture today when I was at a college for an entrance examination. And if you look at that picture, I took it from a distance. It's actually got lots and lots and lots of students at that college and where they were placed. But and I took this from about 10 feet away from this big, huge poster. So, but if you look at the clarity of the picture, as I zoom in, you can actually see the level of detail. You can actually read every single student's name and which branch they were placed and so on. So fantastic clarity on the camera. The level of detail it picks up is just so good. Okay, so overall, really happy with this phone. I can't believe I got it for 16,200 rupees after exchanging an old phone that was worth maybe 4,000 or less in the market. With the little small black spot it had, I thought I'd barely get 2,000 or 3,000 for it. In fact, I approached some phone dealers before and they just refused to take that phone because of that very tiny spot. Amazon's been very generous. They took the phone back. They didn't bother about the tiny spot that the old phone had over here. They ran some checks and everything came okay, and they took that phone, and I was so relieved because now I'm getting this phone for effectively maybe 20K. Even if you evaluate my old phone at 4K, I'm still getting this phone at 20K. My 11X 6GB 128, almost 2/3 of the retail price it was launched at. I just can't believe this deal. You can see a few little fingerprints, but nothing major, nothing similar to what you get on shiny back version of this phone. Overall, extremely happy. Would definitely recommend this phone for media consumption, for reading, for email, for office productivity, for watching movies, for reading, and everything else. And the cameras, of course, are really good, but maybe not as good as some of the other high-end flagships. But in all of the departments, this is the flagship. In my family, we have a Samsung Galaxy S20, and another friend has S21, and I would say this phone matches up to those phones in all departments, probably except camera. Everything else, this is just as good. So you're getting a phone that's just as good as a real flagship at a fraction of the cost. So go for it, guys. And the Prime Day sale is still on, so go grab it while it still lasts. Bye-bye.